if you could get started with just introducing yourself and then telling us like how you got started creating.
Okay, so my name is Elisaveta Sivas, and I'm a conceptual artist, but also a spiritual mentor. I'm based in Europe, and I integrate in my projects both spirituality and conceptual art. I have started from sculpture and painting for many years, but few years ago I passed through awakening, and then I became a spiritual mentor. So I continued with the spiritual mentorship and sculpture, and now it's two parts of my work which are united. So my mission is to tell the world about the awakening, the true source, the true self through the sculpture, to bring this message. And it's very exciting for me to create in Decentraland this sculpture of the creator, to remind the world about our true nature. Um, yes.
That's amazing. I didn't know the spiritual side of your work. Uh I'm curious, like, so the build that you're working on through the eyes of the creator, it was inspired by the spiritual awakening?
Uh, yes. Well, I have been doing sculpture head for a very long time, and it was inspired from Cycladic sculpture, the old ancient figurines, because I studied also Greek philology, and I spent years in Greece and Cyprus, where there are many of those Cycladic sculptures, and also inspired by the sculptures of Modigliani, Brancusi. And then when I passed through awakening experience through a few years ago, then it came to me to combine two things I'm very interested in, and these are the sculpture and the awakening experience, the source who we truly are. So I have combined. It was, I could say, there was no other way to move on for me. So it came naturally to combine the two, the sculpture and the awakening, because both are very exciting for me. Both are the things I really love, and I want to live them and to share them with the others. So it makes me
Mm,
happy.
that's so beautiful. Would you say that, because I'm curious about like the specific themes or the messages that you want to express through your piece, and would you say that the message is about the awakening?
Yes, exactly. I want, through my sculpture in the Decentraland, but also outside the Decentraland. This is my key sculpture of my art. And also through the Decentraland, I want to pass this message of awakening, that every person is a creator, but we need to remember ourselves. And inside the sculpture, together with the designers, we have created steps, and through these steps, they are of course symbolic, but they are the same as in real life. Any person could go through these steps and start awakening path, and start remembering herself or himself as the creator, connecting to the source and changing the reality from within. And for me, this is the key message, to tell every person that you are the creator. Anything is possible. You can change your reality from within, changing your energy. So once you change your energy, then the reality, the material life will change. And this is the conscious creation of the reality, because otherwise we struggle, we suffer, we pass through difficulties, but we don't need to. We need to remember that we create the reality from inside. And once we remember that we create it inside through our energy state, we change our energy inside, we make choices inside, and we don't need to suffer. We just create more beautiful, more harmonious world. That is my message.
Beautiful. That's a beautiful message. Um, how, like, because that's a pretty ambitious message. How are you going about, like, what does the creative process look like for bringing this message to life?
Yes, the process is that I have looked how the Decentraland functions inside, because this is my first experience in virtual world, building in virtual world, and it's very exciting for me. And I have searched how I move, how I click, how it works, everything. I explored a bit, and then I realized how I could adjust my project to make this experience for anybody playful, very clear, and to make few steps like in real life for my students who want to wake up to go to full awakening. I uh, mm, create these steps inside the head in the Decentraland, and so a person could start the remembering of their true self from outside the head, touching the grass, and this is connected to the theme of the art week. So once we touch the grass, we touch something natural and we feel our hand. The problem is that most of the people live in autopilot. So once we learn one movement, we think how we move our hand, our body. We just do it automatically. And once we remember this movement, then we start to remember ourselves as creator, to connect to our body, to live less in autopilot, and to activate our consciousness side, because we need both the autopilot and the consciousness side. So touching the grass, we activate the process of feeling our hand and remembering ourselves as the creator, connecting to the source. Then I invite people to enter the head, and the designers have made a beautiful portal to click and to enter the sculpture. And then a person finds himself or herself inside this huge head. And then we need to clean our body, because most of the people do not know, but our bodies are full of blocks, because we have emotional blocks. We do not know to live in the right way our emotions. We block fears because we don't want to feel them. We block anger because we don't want to feel it. So all these things and different programs are blocked inside our body, and our body cannot pass the energy, the flow which we need for life, which we need to create. So the second step is inside the head is to clean the body. And it's metaphorically, we click to clean all the body. Then once the body is cleaned, the next step is to go forward, and you will see a triangle with an eye inside. So it's the ancient
Mm,
symbol of wisdom,
mm-hmm.
and you have it on the dollar also. But actually, it's the very ancient symbol of wisdom. So it says that we have three powers. And on the top, we have the absolute power, the source. So it's one of our three selves. The other uh, self is the higher self. So the higher self, it corresponds to our right brain, and it connects us to the source. And then we have the left side of the brain, which is the third power. And this power is a structural logic, and it's a very practical power. So this power materializes everything. So once the three powers are connected, we kind of could download from the source the information we need. We pass it through the higher self, and we take it to the lower self to materialize it in our life. So we need the harmony of three powers of three selves. And the trick is that we need this I. The I is the observer. So once we activate the observer, the I is activated and the whole symbol is activated. The observer is activated through um, observing of our thoughts from outside. So because all the day a person is inside the thoughts, and we do not disconnect ourselves from our thoughts. So once we start to observe our thoughts from outside as an observer, we understand that our thoughts are not us. And this moment helps us to wake up and understand that we are more than our thoughts. And so we have in this triangle, we have the three powers activated fully and aligned. And the designers from the Vegas City Studio have made brilliant work. So this triangle is starting to glow. There is music and there is the eye. You can see the eye. So then at the end it writes, congratulations, you're now the creator, and you can go and create your world. So you go to the third last
Oh
step.
man.
Yes. And you start to create, you're ready to create your reality. And there are a few symbols, of course it is symbolic, but there are a few symbols, you click them inside, but you see the result outside. So you can change your reality. And this is really wonderful how inside Decentraland we have found this possible technology to show this process, how from inside you can change your energy, choose to live more abundance or choose to live more light, and you just click, symbolically change it inside your energy, and then you see beautiful changes outside. So the sun or the heart or the flowers, it's a really amazing design, and I'm very grateful for the designers who have made this project with me. So I'm very
You
happy.
are making me so excited to see your builds like when it's in the Decentraland, because I didn't realize how deep the ideas you're expressing are. They're very, very deep. And I think it's going to be a really, really powerful build for everybody. That's amazing.
Thank
Um,
you.
yeah, I like have chills from you describing it. Like it's amazing. So I mean you kind of said it, but like just going back to like the build itself and some of the custom features and interactions that you made, it sounds like there's the cleaning the body, which
Yes,
is like a custom interaction. There's like the third eye, and then there's the like final making your reality. Did
yes.
any of those like stick out to you as being especially powerful interactions?
Well, they are a process, so they are all very powerful. I want to show people the necessary steps to the full awakening. You know, many people who take the awakening path, they are stuck in between and they never arrive to the end. And once I have found myself the way to arrive to the end, to fully awaken, then I, of course, want to share it with the people, because when we are not fully awakened, we are stuck in between. We suffer, we create suffering, we are in this roller coaster, emotional roller coaster, and one day we feel fine and another day we have depression. So I want to help those people who are searching for this path to arrive to the end, and all these steps are very important to combine those practices. You need to understand how to clean your body from one side. You need to understand how to activate your three powers from the other side. You need to understand how to create the reality, because most of the teachings and coaches, they give some parts. So some people teach you to clean the body, some people teach you to work with the energy, some people teach you about the programs, but you need to combine all of those. So then you arrive to the end, to full awakening, and you just start creating your life, enjoying your life. So you stop suffering, you stop creating something unpleasant in your life. And so all the steps are very important, I think. And of course, I'm very proud of each step. The cleaning of the body looks wonderful, and the triangle with the eye looks amazing. How the eye is hidden first, and then it appears and starts glowing, and there is a music, and then you start and go to the eyes and start creating the reality. And I think it's really amazing how it could be done inside the metaverse, because in the real world, it would be very difficult to make this experience inside the sculpture real and to see the result outside. I even cannot imagine how I could make it possible. But inside the metaverse, it looks possible, and we have made it working for a few weeks with the designers. So it's really, I think it's great opportunity for artists and creators like myself, because the technology inside the metaverse gives the possibility to create this experience, not only art, but this immersive experience. And when the project is between art and science, art and coaching, then it's a really amazing technology possibility to let the person experience it, not just see the art, but interact with the art. It's very precious, I think.
Yes, I totally agree. It's yeah, and something else that I love is like you don't have to be, because like you live in Europe, I live in America.
Yes.
I probably couldn't see your work unless I went to Europe, but like being in a digital space, like I can go and I can see your work, which is like I'm so grateful for.
Yes. I also think that Decentraland makes art experience and any experience, it makes it very democratic, because anybody could enter from anywhere in the world. I'm living in Europe, but I'm living in very small place, very in the countryside. So I don't go much to big exhibitions to see the sculpture, but here I can enter and communicate with people and enjoy the art. So it's really about democratizing the experience for people, making it accessible for more people from anywhere.
I
Yeah.
totally agree. Yes.
Yeah.
Um, I want to like get back to you, man. You've answered so many of my questions just from like chit-chatting. Um, I'm curious, like, for somebody who's just getting started, like, how would you advise them on like building in the virtual world? Like, what are some things that you learned that you would communicate to them to help them get started?
Yeah, I would advise to first to go to explore for themselves the metaverse, to step inside the Decentraland, how I did it, to start working, touching, experiencing different things, and then to understand how it works, how you could move inside, how you could write phrases, how it works, all the clicks and all the visionary symbols and the graphics. And then I think it's good to understand how your project could be. But since I haven't built it myself, I don't know the technical details. But of course, I can advise to go to a Vegas City Design or to find other designers. And to my designers were just perfect, more than each expectation I could have. So it was so great to work with them. We have done this project so smoothly, very fast. It was great communication, so amazing support. So I'm very happy. And I think that maybe I would try in the future to build it by myself. But if somebody wants to try, I think it's worth trying. But then, if you cannot do it by yourself, there are amazing designers who could always support your project. So that's it. Everything is
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah. uh
We are the creators of our reality. So if we want something, we could achieve it.
yeah, yeah. Um if you like, I'm wondering if there's any like final thoughts that you want to give to people that are like coming to your build. Like, is there any like final like invitation or thing that you want to tell them before they step foot in your build?
Uh, well, I think that this experience is a nice start for remembering for the people their true self, and each person could do it. So if people would come, it's a nice playful experience. It's simple but very deep, and I think it's made with the different funny symbols and the effects, but it's really very very deep experience, which the Decentraland makes it playful and funny and amusing. So I invite people to feel it, and maybe then they will be interested to continue. They will get the first impulse, and then the first inspiration. Then they will see how are the steps, and they will feel that yes, they could change their life. They don't need to suffer. If they suffer, they could find solution for anything. And that many people always feel smaller than they really are. But with this project, I want to inspire them to feel that they are huge. They have huge inner power, and anything is possible, whatever they could imagine in this reality. So I want to inspire them to connect to their true source and to create the life they really want, to experience what they really love, to believe in themselves. And that is very important for many people who lose their belief in their life. And this is their true power. It's not something fantastic. It's not something for exceptional people or for genius. Like anybody who has human body here is has this power. You just need to remember it, to activate it with clear steps, and then you could be the creator. You don't come here to suffer. You can enjoy your life. There are special steps after this. You can do the practices which I explain more in my YouTube channel, how you do the Buddhist practices to activate your body, activate your mind, to connect to your three inner powers. So yes, there is a way, but it's not about like 5, 10 years, 20 years, like when people get stuck there. No, it's just about few months if you know the right steps. So inside the head, I want people to see the exact simple steps they need to take in order to connect to their true source inside and stop living in autopilot, because in autopilot, once we live in autopilot, we live like a bio robot. And we just follow the programs, we just follow what we have learned when we were small. And that's why we find ourselves in some situations when we think there is no solution, because we have learned only one way to move or to choose or to decide. But we have endless ways. We are limitless. So once we align our body and our mind, we don't have those neurons working only in one path. We break those paths, our neurons become more active, and we have huge possibilities of different paths to take. We start to see the real world, and we start to see all the possibilities, all the opportunities. We're not limited anymore. And that is very important. I want people to know this, that it's possible.
Absolutely perfect. This has been like, this is the first interview with the artist that I've done. I'm so
Oh,
happy that I started with you because it's been an absolute pleasure, like hearing about what you're making. I cannot wait to see it. I can't wait to like experience all the steps that you've gone through. Yeah, you're making something very beautiful. So thank you for being a part of Decentraland and
yeah,
for building with us.
thank you, Dana. So, what I want to say at the end, just one thing, that I'm very
Yeah.
grateful. I'm very grateful for the
Oh.
Decentraland, because I'm so happy that my project has been chosen, and I feel it's a lot of value for me that I've been chosen for the Decentraland, such a great experience for me and for other people, so progressive, just like my project. And I'm very grateful for the people working in the Decentraland, for all the support, for the designers, for you, for Bay, for everybody who is making this possible. That's very, really very exciting and very precious for me. Thank you.
Oh, well, we give it right back because you're making beautiful things. So we appreciate you as well. But yeah, this has been a pleasure. I'm gonna stop the recording. Stop recording.